Good morning, good morning, good morning. Monday morning, and in Melbourne it is freezing. Absolutely well and truly the middle of winter. I am back with my best friend, the Fat Man, and yeah, excited that it's a new week. Last week was bananas for me, and I've got a post down below that you can see that kind of just 25 words or less summarizes the crazy week that was. I spoke in my Facebook Live on Monday morning last week about prioritizing you and getting super clear on how you can get yourself further up that priority list, and I'm going to talk a little bit more about that today as well. And my week got off last week to a cracking start. Wednesday night I spent the night with the Digital Picnic girls, which is not what I meant to say, but I went to the Digi Geeks event, caught up with some of my dear friends, and loved hearing Jess from Collabosaurus and Sam from June with Style talk and share their authentic, heartfelt business learnings. It's those little moments that you actually take stock and go, yeah, okay, I'm on the right path. This is what I'm meant to be doing. And I walked away from that event feeling on top of the business world. Thursday was a bit of a disaster. I found out early Thursday morning that one of my friends, an old friend, had passed away very unexpectedly and very suddenly, which heartbroken. So I dropped out for the day, and I took my own advice, as I had just spoken about on the Monday, about, you know, finding time for self and not letting everything else push you down that priority list. Thursday was, hey Claire, well and truly my day just to drop out from the world. I sat on the beach for a few hours by myself. I went to the movies by myself, and I ate ice cream, Ben & Jerry's ice cream, while sitting at the movies. It doesn't get much better than that. And I just had a fairly horrible day, but a nice day at the same time, thinking about my dear friend Greg. Then the weekend hit, and I went to Life in Style over the weekend, which I loved. Massive trade event in Melbourne. It also is in Sydney. That's a great opportunity for a number of my clients to get in front of retailers and suppliers and to pitch their business and get more distribution, basically. So had a ball hanging out with some dear friends there and seeing some of my clients in action, which is so nice. We'd worked really hard to get them to that point and to prep and make sure they were ready, and yeah, just so nice to go and see them doing their thing and absolutely smashing it. Claire from Bon Maxi, her stand looked amazing. She popped, like you kind of walked around the corner and was like, oh, there she is. So proud, and she's just absolutely nailing it. And the Marias from Tinter Crayons were inside the Royal Exhibitions building, which is the most amazing architecture. And they've got some awesome things going on in their business. So if you haven't checked them out, Tinter Crayons, go and say hello. So I thought today, I got a couple of questions last week after my live around, you know, I kind of got on my high horse and was like, it's all about prioritizing yourself, get yourself further up that list. And I did get a couple of questions back from you, which, thank you, I loved. And they were all along the same themes of, that's all good and well, Emily, but how the hell do you do that? And I felt a little bit embarrassed that I hadn't talked about that in enough detail last week. But I thought today I might just talk you through what I do to ensure that I can make that time for myself and to ensure that I do sit higher up that priority list than at the bottom, I guess. And, you know, if you didn't watch last week's video, I'm not going to go into it in more detail here, but go back and have a look. But it's just our natural tendency to prioritize other things and other people ahead of ourselves, and you are the only one that's going to change that. So, hey, Cara, yes, time blocking. Shh, don't steal my thunder, I haven't got to it yet. So, the way that I prioritize myself and get myself higher up that list is by blocking out time. I am a planning Nazi, and it is to my detriment most of the time, to be honest. I probably overplan if that's even possible. But time blocking and getting clarity on what you're doing and when you're going to do it, I have found enables me to find more spots or more time for myself. So it's super simple, and it's almost ridiculous that I'm going to even talk you through this because it is just bananas, like ridiculously simple. But I just literally map out my day in hour blocks. And I know that the kids are at school for 6 hours or 7 hours or whatever it might be. So that's my work day. And then I've got a couple hours at night if I'm going to work back at night. And what am I going to do in that time? And it's not about having a huge, big, long to-do list, because that just looks scary. It feels overwhelming. It's a weight on your shoulders. It's like, oh, I've got 1,000 things on this list that I've got to get done and I've only got this spot of time. It's about setting those priorities. And I've done a Facebook Live before around my 5-2 theory. So each week I set myself 2 big goals and 5 small goals. And then I map them out over my week. So how am I going to get that done in the work time that I've got available to me? So today, for example, from 9 till 10, I'm doing admin. So admin includes this space. I've got a couple of small tasks to get done. I'm on top of my emails. I have a Facebook Live to do. Boom, I'm doing it. And I've got some preparation work to do for a client that I'm seeing this afternoon. Job done. Then between 10 and 11, I've got a client. 11 to 11:30, I've got a break, which is literally going to the toilet, filling up my drink bottle, unpack the dishwasher, whatever those little bits are. And then I've got a client from 11:30 to 12:30, and so on and so forth. And it really is that simple. But being able to do that over the duration of the week, you can map out to ensure that you get those big things done, you get those small things done, and that you make time and you anticipate those moments of time for you. Now, that for me is Friday night, for example. So Friday night, we're going on a date night. So we had one last weekend, and shock horror, we're doing it again. So Friday night, I've blocked out as being my time. Got the babysitter booked, sorted it out, nothing is going to stop me. Job done. Friday morning, for example, I have a girlfriend in town from overseas. So I've blocked out 2 hours to spend with her. We're going to go shopping or catch up for coffee or whatever we're going to do. But I've blocked out 2 hours. So that allows me that time in my diary. I already know that I'm not going to have that time to work on my business. So what can I do and how do I map out the rest of my time to make sure that I get those 5 small and 2 big things done? Now, the reason why I keep it super simple and do 5 and 2 is because otherwise that to-do list is just never ending. It's like the second you cross something off, you think of something else and you put it back on. So getting really clear on what those things are that are going to push your business forward and do those things first. So literally, I'll send you my template. I'll attach my template before. It's so stupidly easy, you're going to laugh, but stupidly simple as well. It's literally just hour by hour each day what I'm going to do, and I block out supermarket, family, school pickup, my time for TD and I, social time, and then within my business I block it out really specifically. It's not just work. Within that time frame, I've got half an hour here, half an hour here, an hour there, whatever it might be. Map out my clients when I'm seeing clients or speaking to clients. I map out when I'm going to write my blog, when I'm going to send my newsletter out. Those big chunky things, I plan them out. And you'll be surprised at how quickly it becomes cyclical, because you'll see, every week you should be drafting a blog for the week after, or you should be doing a Facebook Live or whatever it might be. And it does become quite cyclical. So it does get easier and easier. When I first started doing this, I followed the Pomodoro technique, which I should have bought my little my little tomato timer. It's literally based on time block. It is just a time blocking technique, and you have an egg timer and you set it for 25 minutes, and you do one task in 25 minutes. You can string a few Pomodoros or a few tomatoes together to do a task, in 3 time blocks. And when I first started time blocking, I literally had an egg timer on my desk. I'd set it for an hour and I would do the task. And the reason why this was an awesome process for me is because I'm a perfectionist, and I would find myself, and I see this day in and day out with my clients, we all used to spend a ridiculous amount of time on fairly mundane tasks, like a blog post, for example, or social media content, or whatever it might be. I'm by no means belittling it and saying it's not important. I'm just saying that you do not need to be spending 6 hours every week writing a blog or creating social content or whatever it might be. If you've got a looming deadline, and we all work better under a deadline, or when you've got a gun to your head is the expression I always use, which probably not very politically correct, but that's okay. We all work better when there's a deadline. So if you've got that deadline looming and it's only an hour and you bang it out and you get it done and you are not a perfectionist about it, tick, job done, move on to the next thing. Like, really is that simple. So I find this technique extremely useful, very effective if you're a perfectionist, you've got that looming deadline, and it gives you control. It gives you the control to take back from your business. And gosh, more often than not, when I first start working with my business coaching clients, they come to me and they say, my business owns me. I am being run by my business. I'm crazy, crazy frantic. Things are bananas, left, right, and center, massive, massive to-do list, not getting anything done, exhausted, working till midnight, 1 a.m., 2 a.m. every night. I've just had enough. Had enough. They are not in control of their business. And this technique, 5 small, 2 big time blocking, yes, is your way to take control back of your business. So that you're in the driver's seat and you're looking at your week and you're saying, okay, this week I've got 7 hours here. Here's how I'm going to spend it. The other really important tip I've got for you is to schedule in social media. Oh, what? Schedule in social media? Social media is such a rabbit hole. And once you... Hey, Stephanie, don't worry. You can watch this in your own viewing time whenever you like. Good to have you here for the second half. Schedule in your social media. Now, I know that sounds ridiculous and a very, very foreign concept, but I find when I'm procrastinating or when I've got a task on my list that I don't really want to do, I'll just have a quick look at Facebook or a quick look at Instagram, and an hour and a half later, boop, I've got nothing to show for my time other than digging down the rabbit hole of social media. So I schedule social media in twice a day during the day. I know it's nuts, but what have you got to lose? Give it a crack. So every morning I spend time on social media and every afternoon I do. And yes, I do occasionally pop in when I've got a free, 10-minute here or 10-minute there, but it's so important to have that time scheduled in the diary. So that means the FOMO reduces quite a bit because, not completely, but quite a bit, because it's not like, oh, I haven't been on Facebook all day, what's going on? You're like, okay, I've got 3 hours until I can get back on. Or I was all over it, I consumed the whole of Facebook this morning and I'm going to get back on this afternoon. Yes, Cara, exactly right. Scheduling your social media content every Sunday night. I swear, I honestly think there's like 1 million business owners doing that every Sunday night. It's such a good time of the week to lock it in. And it means that you start your Monday nailed. Like you've absolutely nailed it. Your social media is scheduled in and you can just pop on every day and drive that engagement and drive that conversation, which is ultimately what social media is all about. You grab attention through your content or through your social posts, and then people, they comment, and then you build that conversation and that rapport through the engagement or through the comments below. So yes, perfect example. So every Sunday on your calendar, you would be blocking out Sunday night, let's say 7 till 9 p.m. or whatever it might be. That's when you're going to schedule your social content. And you know that if you don't get it done in that 2 hour, you have to get it done in that 2 hour block, because the rest of your week is already scheduled and you can't move things around. Now, obviously, shit always hits the fan. Kids get sick, you get that call from, I was laughing at Christy last week, you get that call from childcare, sorry, little Johnny's got a fever, can you come and pick him up? And you're like, no, it's not part of the plan. And shit absolutely happens. And, we're resilient, we're flexible, things just get shuffled. You review what those 5 and 2 are, and you take off some of the 5 before you get rid of the 2, and you just do the best you can and get back on track next week. We've all been there, don't worry. But being able to time block and being able to change your behavior and build that routine will put you back in the driver's seat of your business, and you will be amazed at how much of an impact it has on your business. Schedule in your work, schedule in your family, schedule in you, and that comes back to how do I make that happen? The only way you make that happen is by changing your behavior. You're not just going to suddenly wake up tomorrow and go, okay, I'm going to be top of the priority list today, forget the rest of it. The rest of it has to be scheduled in. You have to have planned it out and worked out where those pockets of time are that you're going to spend in your business, on your business, and on you as well. And that's how you're going not you guys, go away message. I hate when you get a text message midlife. That's how you're going to find that time for you. So I hope that helps give you a little bit of insight. Go and check out the Pomodoro technique. I'll drop the link below as well, and I will drop you my PDF. It's stupidly simple. It's literally just Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday by hour, like it's a diary basically. But you force yourself to block that out, and you'll be amazed at how much you get done, and from a mindset perspective, how in control you feel. And that for me has been absolutely critical to my success. You know, I was like what I was explaining before. My business was absolutely running me. I was being pushed from pillar to post and had no idea what was going on or when it was going on, and I was just flying by the seat of my pants. And being able to implement some of these really simple but very effective theories, I guess, has done wonders for my business. So, time blocking, give it a crack this week. Choose one day and block out your day. So even if it's Thursday, for example, you've got 6 hours, what are you going to get done in those 6 hours? Block it out. Also on Thursday, I'm not sure if you've seen, but I've just released my latest event, which is Thursday night. I am doing another spotlight series with the amazing Leah Ladson Photography. It's just Leah Ladson, but her business is photography business. I get lots and lots of questions around content and around photography from clients and potential clients. And that's all we're going to be talking about to death, in depth, not to death, it won't be boring, on Thursday night. So check out the event below as well. Would love to see you there. Invite all your other business friends along as well. We did one a few weeks ago with Carly from Technobird, and it was awesome. I've had great feedback, and you guys got lots out of it as well. So Thursday night, Leah will be talking to us about all things photography. So, you know, when's the best time to engage a photographer, what they might be able to help you with, how you prepare for that session so that you get the absolute best output possible, and so that your photographer instantly understands where you're coming from and what you're looking to achieve. And we're also going to pick Leah's brains a little bit about future trends and what's going on in the photographic space. We've kind of gone from stock images to flat lays, and now what's next? So Thursday night, come join the party. If you've got any questions in anticipation for that session, I would love to hear from you. So find the event on my Facebook feed. It's like smack you in the face, super obvious. And just shoot me a note. Just tell me what your questions are, and we'll absolutely answer them on the spot. We had a great vibe, a great group of people join us in our last one who, you know, asked questions on the night, got their questions answered on the spot as well. So awesome free value for you guys, and that's ultimately what I'm trying to do with those spotlight series, is focusing on a few of the different service providers that can help you build your business, and ensuring that you're really clear on what they can do and how they can best help you. So Monday, boom, done, 10 o'clock, I've got a client, time blocking, I've got to go. So this week, I want you to choose one day and block out what you're going to do in that day, hour by hour, how you're going to spend your time. Think about the 5 small tasks and the 2 big tasks that you're going to get done this week, and just get them done. That's as simple as it is. I hope you have a great week. I'm around. Shoot me a note if you want to chat. My diary is getting a little bit bananas for September. Yeah, it's just nuts. We're already in August. So crazy, crazy, crazy. So if you wanted to book some time in with me between now and the end of September, get it on your to-do list ASAP. Put me on one of those 5 because my diary is getting quite full. But there's plenty of time in the back half as well. So shoot me a note. I'd love to chat. Definitely come and see us on Thursday night. Thanks, Cara. Happy Monday to you too. Yay for being Monday. I hate those people who are like, oh, the Monday blues. Boom. I'm all over it. Stephanie just emailed. Oh, love that. I'll go and email you back this afternoon because I'm doing emails between 3 and 4 today. So, have an awesome week, guys. Look forward to chatting to you soon. Happy Monday. Bye.